Currently, we are exactly 400 kilometers from the capital city of Uganda. We are in the countryside. How long does this usually take to make? Like, let's say one of these columns.
It will only take us like 5 days.
You hear that? 4 to 5 days on one piece like this. And that tells you the level of detail that we What Fine Urban has done with this property is transform a shell into a statement house. No matter the distance, no matter how remote the area is, Fine Urban always delivers. A countryside home doesn't have to be something shady, it can actually be an architectural masterpiece. Take a look at this. So when I tell you Fine Urban is the Rolls-Royce of construction in the whole of Africa, this is what I mean. Take a look at these two magnificent pillars. Take a look at the fine craftsmanship right here, the precision geometrically as well as the lines of symmetry. When you take a look at the entire view of the house, you can see these lovely French windows, the molding that has been done on them to perfection, as well as the symmetry. Nothing is off. What really crowns your entrance, other than these two magnificent pillars, is what we're gonna have right here. So on either side of these pillars, we're gonna have some magnificent and very beautiful water features. And on every entrance of this house, we actually have two sets of pillars. We have the exterior pillars as well as these pillars that hold up the balconies for the upper floors. And when you look at the design, it's very consistent with what we have, and that tells you how much time is taken in curating a fine urban home. Each and every one of them have been detailed to perfection. So we have a few steps right here, even as we enter the front of the house. Here is one of the sample doors that we will be using in our countryside mansion. This is one of the first pieces that have been completed, and you can see the attention to detail that has been put in this metalwork. Once again, this has been handcrafted by our very own Fine Urban artisan team. In addition to that, this is very high quality metal, very thick, and that's to ensure the safety as well as security for our client. This right here is our foyer. This is the general landing area for you, your family, and all your guests, and you can see a lot of work has been done right here. When you take a look at the ceiling, you can see the gypsum has already been put into place. There's no design yet, but you can see it's in place. The molding team have also done a really good job right here, mimicking the same design we've seen on the columns outside. You can see some very, very fine details right here. So on the right side of our foyer, we have our living room area, and take a look at how spacious it is. Once again, you can see the frame for the gypsum has already been set. A lot of work is going on here. People have been working day and night, 24/7, just to ensure that our client gets his home before the deadline. When you take a look at the centerpiece of this living room, it has to be the fireplace. And this is not wood, this is not a gypsum design. This is layer upon layer of cement that has been crafted very carefully by our very own artisan team. And look at the design, look at how perfect the lines of symmetry are. Look at the curvature that we have right here. It's absolutely exquisite. So this living room area actually has two more extra features. We're gonna have our very own bar within the living room area. So this general area right here is gonna be your bar. You're gonna have a really nice setup right here. And now, this is why I tell you, fine urban homes are pieces of art that you cannot find anywhere else. Take a look at this. This right here is your grand balcony for your family and your guests to enjoy the great outdoors. So from right here, you'll be able to enjoy a very refreshing view of Mother Nature, as well as these magnificent columns that we also saw when we entered through the main entrance. And take a look at that. Isn't it amazing? You can see a lot of work has been put in here. We have two sets of columns. We have the first set of columns, which are the interior columns that actually hold up the balcony for the master bedroom, and then this second set of columns which hold up the whole structure. So I'd like you to take a look at what we have right here. Look at how unique the molding work on these columns are. I know you will never see something like this in any house anywhere in Africa. And if you do, I have a challenge for you right now. If you've seen molding work like this, of this precision, or of this design anywhere online, make sure you take a screenshot of it, send it to us, and you could win a cash prize. I know you're not gonna get it, but you can do your best and try and find one. As we step back inside, let's walk through this foyer area, and what we have right here is the first bedroom. This is the only bedroom that is on this level. The rest of the bedrooms are above grade, but this is the first bedroom. Remember, I told you everything is en suite, and even as we walk past this, we get to our very grand lounge area, and it also consists of a double volume space. So this is our lounge area, and the key details that we have right here are these two large windows. And remember, this is a countryside home, and that's why we've gone for something like this, to allow you to get as much natural light in this space as possible, as well as also enjoying that breathtaking view even from inside here. So as for the gypsum design, you can already see it come into place. I know we're going to get a better view of this even as we go to the upper floors, but it's already very nice. You can see a clean cut design. From this place right here, you're also going to be able to enjoy the view of your staircase. We're going to have a glass railing, so you can imagine how beautiful that is going to look from right here. Underneath the staircase, we also have some space. Remember, I told you fine urban homes are about making the most of the spaces you have and not leaving any space to waste. So we're going to have a beautiful water feature underneath your staircase, and that view is going to be absolutely breathtaking. You can see the level of detail that we have right here. This is on every entrance or on every walkway, and even one of the fundis right now is doing a little something right here. You can see his artwork coming into play. 4 to 5 days on one piece like this, and that tells you the level of detail that we put in at Fine Urban Interiors. And that's why Fine Urban Homes take time to make, because we don't just make homes, we craft homes. Clients who actually align and agree with our vision, the vision that we have right here at Fine Urban, which is producing houses that are timeless, houses that are elegant, and houses that will last you a lifetime. This is the kind of tiling that we will be using in this country house mansion. For the main house and majority of this space, we will be going for this neutral color tiling, which does very well because it complements the earthy feel of a countryside home. What we're going to use in the guest bathrooms is something more vibrant, something with more color. This blue design right here, which will just add the vibrance in the room. And because this is a very big house, we have to have variety. That's why you see all this type of tiling right here. We have uniqueness in terms of the matte finish in this tiling here, as well as this lovely shade of ivory. So from your lounge area, we have this area, which is our dining room, followed by our kitchen, and take a look at that. That just looks like a perfect picture frame. Even as you're here with your family, enjoying your breakfast, your lunch, your brunch, you're still able to get that lovely view of the outdoors and enjoy Mother Nature to its best. Our kitchen area, it's very big, very spacious. This is what you need in a countryside home, because you know you're gonna have so many guests. You know how things are in the village. You cannot have a small kitchen right here. Once again, we have a nice French window design, allowing for as much natural light in this space as possible. You can see the electricals have already been put in place. But once again, look at that. Even though in the starting stages, you can see the perfect line of symmetry. Even in the sockets, nothing has been misplaced. Everything is on the same line to give you that clean and cool finish. From the dining area to the kitchen, and now what we have as the dirty kitchen. Remember, this is a countryside home, so you know you're going to have a lot of dirty work going on. You don't want your guests to see what's happening there. So including this space, you have your dirty kitchen where you can bring all those big pots and pans. We have our pantry area right here. Also very spacious. Enough cabinet space is going to be right here. So from our dirty kitchen, we have our very own gym. So this is one of those entrances. Maybe if you have guests, in the living room and you don't want to see what you brought, you can very easily access this area, bring your shopping and anything you've bought to the kitchen area or the pantry area without interfering with your guests. So let's just step this side and I can show you the gym area. Again, we're gonna have a really nice view. So even while you're working out, you're still able to enjoy the great outdoors. The gypsum work has already been put into place. You can see the sockets have already been cut, ready to be fitted. And yeah, I'm really waiting to see how this room is gonna look. So your gym area again connects to this lounge area, which is actually separated by this staircase. We said we're gonna have a nice glass railing right here underneath the staircase, making absolute use of the space. We're going to have a beautiful water feature. And now let's head up the stairs so we can see the rooms that we got right here. When I was telling you how big these windows are, I think now you're actually able to see the full perspective of what I mean. This is around 3.5 times my height. So that tells you how much natural light gets into this place and how much you'll also be able to enjoy your outdoors. From here you can see a really nice view of the countryside as well as the back exterior. You can see the columns with the great detailing. So you're really able to enjoy this space even though you're inside. As we go up the stairs, you can see the level of detail right here. Each and every step is identical to the last one. All of them cut to precision, making sure that they are exactly the same. From right here, you're also able to enjoy your gypsum design. This is our general landing area on this top level. This wall is massive, so we're gonna have a nice mirror here or a portrait. From here, we have a very wide corridor. Remember, fine urban interiors is about making the most of the space you have. Nothing is squeezed, and you can see how nicely this design comes into play. So what we have right here is the second bedroom. It's the first bedroom above grade, but it's the second bedroom, the boys' bedroom. And take a look at this. Look at how spacious it is. Once again, all the bedrooms here are en suite, so you have your own bathroom and you have your own space. Ideally, here is where the headboard is going to be. You can see the sockets have already been fitted, as well as this view of the countryside. You actually get two views in this room. You have one view on your right hand side and also this view when you wake up. Imagine waking up to a sunrise, birds chirping, and Mother Nature. I'd love to wake up like this any day of the week. This floor has 4 bedrooms and the master bedroom. That was the first bedroom on this floor. Right here we have the second bedroom on this floor. Again, all en suite. Take a look at this space you have right here in the bathroom. Nothing is squeezed. You can very easily move around right here. We have space for a sink. You can really see that set. Some nice progress also with the electricals. And you get this nice frame where even though you're showering, you can still be able to enjoy Mother Nature. On this side, we also have the gypsum design. You can really see how it's coming into play. Once again, look at the design of our window. It looks like a perfect picture frame where you can enjoy this great view. Look at that magnificent tree right there. This is where you can enjoy Mother Nature at its fullest. So let's head over to the third bedroom on this floor. The key difference that you're going to see in this room is the gypsum design we have right here. Remember, it's a countryside home, so we still want that touch of Mother Nature, and that's why the gypsum design has these wooden pallets. We're going to give it a nice earthy color, which is going to go very well with the whole theme of the countryside house. And your en-suite bathroom again, very spacious, French window, and your view of the outside. So this space right here is where you're going to enjoy the full beauty of your double volume lounge area. From right here, you can enjoy the large windows, this lovely design. We now get to my best part of this upper level, the family room. Take a look at that. So the layout again, very simple. You have your TV stand that's going to be right here. On this side, we're going to have our L-shaped seat. And finally, you also have your very own balcony. So you can just come and again get that fresh breath of air as you enjoy this magnificent view. You can see your brilliant white columns standing tall, basking in the view of Mother Nature. You have a really nice tree there, and when you go all the way to the edge, you actually get a 180-degree view. So this is bedroom number 4. There's been a lot of progress right here, especially in the bathroom area. Of course, you're going to have your cabinetry and your very spacious bathroom. The tiles have already been put into place, a very clean finish in a very nice choice of color. You know, nowadays a lot of shouting tiles go out of fashion really quickly, but Fine Urban builds homes that will last you a lifetime. As we step over here, this is the layout. Again, we're going to have our wardrobes on these ends, our headboard right here, and so once again you're able to enjoy this picture frame right here, taking a fresh breath of air while enjoying the countryside. You can see a nice small village right there, and what a view that is. And now to the master bedroom, and nothing shouts extravagance like ample space in a master bedroom, and this one is absolutely massive. Right here we have these double French windows. Remember, initially these windows were very small, very squeezed, but take a look at what our team has done, giving a classical touch to this home that was just once very basic. When you look at the tiling, we have these large slabs that have already been done, which is also some really good progress. And a very important thing about our master bedroom is you get your own balcony area right here. Our gypsum has already been set, a nice rounded design, adds a bit of play to the room, as well as these panels that we have on the wall. They've actually been connected really well with what we have right here, some concave lighting, I believe. And yeah, it just comes into play so well. This right here is going to be your headboard, but again, this is a very big space. So even in the future, if someone wants to move things around, you can place your bed right here, or you can just leave it where it was initially. Of course, every master bedroom has to have its very own walk-in closet, and this one is absolutely massive. Take a look at this, so much space right here. Again, we see the consistent design, the French window, and I can imagine the cabinetry that you're going to have right here. You're going to have your wardrobes, you're going to have your mirrors, and this is exactly what your own walk-in closet should look like. You can dress up while enjoying the view of the great outdoors as well, not forgetting your own ensuite bathroom. So let's take a step in here. Very nice, very spacious. It actually has 2 windows, so you're able to enjoy the view from here as well as from here, and also just getting all that natural fresh air in from the countryside. Now, when I tell you Fine Urban is the Rolls-Royce of construction in Africa, it's because of how well they plan their spaces. Right here, we're going to have a double sink for his and hers. You're going to have your toilet in this corner. We're going to have our bathtub as well as your shower cubicle. But at the same time, you'll still be able to have so much space to move around. Intentional design and making sure that your house is not only beautiful from the inside, but also outside and the views that you're able to get. Every entrance has its very own vibe. So this entrance right here to the lounge area gives its own unique vibe. We have this double volume layout that you're able to enjoy, as well as the design we have right here. Still something similar to what we saw on the front, a very nice design, very seamless, perfect curvature, as well as geometric precision when it comes to the molding of these pillars. Again, all this has been done by hand, nothing has been outsourced. This has been done by our very own artisan team at Fine Urban Interiors. I can imagine the amount of time they took to make an art piece like this. So when you take a look at this other face of the house, we see something slightly different in the design. You can still see the molding, but this one has some curvature added to it. To the French windows, we see variation, which is actually very good because it gives uniqueness. We still have this very spacious servants' quarters. It's attached to the house, but you have to access it from the outside. So when I was telling you that you have multiple entrances, this right here would be ideal because any of your staff that are working here will easily be able to help you, with all your shopping and all your luggage. We make sure there's consistency in design in every area of the house, not leaving behind the SQ. Staff quarters has its very own wash area, and these two staff areas. All of them are ensuite. So our artisan and metalwork team has been working round the clock. There's something that they're doing right here. Let me just talk to one of them. Hi, how are you? What structure is this you're making? Doors. So how long does it take to make one set of doors like this? Around 1 day? So a whole day just for one door like this? Okay, that tells us that a lot of work goes into this, more than we actually see. I know there's a lot of cutting going on right here. So what this tells you about Fine Urban Interiors is that no matter where you are, we deliver. The house you see behind me is something you only see, in a busy city. But as Fine Urban Interiors, we have brought it right here to the village in Uganda. So with that being said, I've been your host Nathan Hanif, and until next time, keep it Fine Urban Interiors.